Welcome to the Angel Empowerment Show from I Can't to I Can with your host, Cindy Smith, and co-hosts. In this show, airing every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, gain more insight and practical, intuitive tools to bring more clarity and purpose into your daily life. You can listen or be involved in live professional angel card readings on transformationtalkradio.com so you can heal, thrive, and grow in your life. And you'll experience it all with 4 of the best in the field. The Angel Empowerment Show starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am Cindy Smith, and with me is my wonderful co-host, Sam Bell, and you are listening to the Angel Empowerment Show from I Can't to I Can on Transformational Talk Radio. Stay with us for the next hour and learn how both Sam and I work with Archangel Raphael personally and professionally. And we will answer some of the common questions when we refer to the archangels, especially Archangel Raphael. Our show layout today is during the first 30 minutes, Sam and I share information, and then the last 30 minutes, you can ask questions or receive a live angel card reading from myself and Sam. In addition, we will be giving away a 1-hour angel card reading to the 4th caller or the 8th caller or person in the chat room. Our producer, Lydia, helps us keep track. So perhaps during the show, you would like to receive a message from Raphael or your angel team. Please call the number on the screen, 1-800-930-2819, and Lydia, our producer, will connect you directly with us. Please type into the chat your name and location if you would like a reading or ask a question. So Sam, here we are going to talk about one of our favorite topics, and that is Archangel Raphael and healing. So Sam, let's just start off with, when you think Raphael, what comes to mind?
For me personally, just comfort, and he's always there for me when I have a question and I ask him. Many viewers now know that I am a registered nurse and midwife, and so over the years, I think I've said previously that there have been times where I say, okay, what do I need to do for this patient? What do I need to know? And I'd be asking into the abyss, wondering, there's got to be somebody there who's going to answer me. And the answers would come through. And I'd always get these little tingles on my head, you know, and when I first became an angel empowerment practitioner, I realized when I first connected with Archangel Raphael, those same tingles on my scalp were there. And I realized all this time, without even knowing who I was asking, it was Archangel Raphael. So he really is my guide. He guides my my science. He guides me personally. He guides me professionally. He's my number one guy, apart from my husband. Don't tell my husband that.
Yes. It's interesting. So when I sat, prior to the call tonight, and I connected with Archangel Raphael and asked, what would you like us to focus on the show to be able to assist people, whether, especially around personally when it comes to healing with the archangels. And Archangel Raphael said, stick to the basics and really focus on about asking and receiving. And so what that means to me, I'm going to talk personally, and then both Sam and I are going to share professionally also. But so the asking piece, so just like Sam shared, over the years, she was asking for a guidance and help as a nurse, not knowing where the actual info was coming from. The key is for us to receive assistance, we have to ask. And so when Raphael says, get to the basics, around asking. What he means by that is that everybody has free will. And my belief system and Sam's belief system is that because of free will, that is the core of why we have to ask. The angels, creator, spirit guides, whatever you believe in and whatever you want to be working with and trusting, the key is without asking, they're unable to override our free will. Here's the fun facts really around it. If you think, because that's a prime example of what she just said. She was asking, not sharing where the info was coming from or how she was being helped. I know that on so many levels, right from when I was first born, I would have been asking for help, but I probably wasn't specifically saying God, creator, angels. I was just would be thinking it or to myself saying ask. So the key is, and one of the reasons, and I know Sam and I, we talked about this with the archangels too, is the key is there is no specific set way in asking.
Yeah.
You just have to ask. Like, you know, when you think of clients that you've worked with, when you've been doing angel empowerment healing, you know, think of the clients, Sam, that have said, how do I ask? You know, what particular way do you ask? Can you kind of talk about that? Also share around the, how do we ask?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, when I first started on my journey, sorry, I was very much thinking, oh my goodness, I have to do, turn around twice and, do everything correctly. And if I did it wrong, then I would have to do it again, and that's a little bit of perfectionism, I guess. But I then started to realize that no, I can ask however I want to ask, and really my everyday, I walk this, and without even realizing I'm asking. I will specifically ask for healing for particular clients, or a friend recently, he was admitted to hospital and he had COVID, and I got his full name and his date of birth, and I got my preonite crystal. Look, I'm on the road and I've still got my crystals with me.
Right.
And it was like, I'm asking specifically for date of birth, for healing. He's open to receiving, so I will sort of do that. But for me personally, it'll just be, okay, I need help here. All right. Oh, okay. What do I need to know now? And it's how I say it. It doesn't matter, because they know. And then the other thing, just touching on this, is a newborn baby or a young child, they don't really know how to ask. They may not even have the verbiage to actually say that. They don't have that language. And yet many of my clients have been young children. And I know that children in particular are so open to receiving. They're like sponges. They take up that energy. And I know that part of it was me, that I was making that eye contact. I was making them feel trusting in me. And then I'm asking on their behalf, and they're asking, and they're receiving healing. And I've had amazing results, so it really doesn't matter. You don't have to turn around and, cross your fingers.
And because a lot of people say, well, if I want to get better results, that's what they'll say to me. If I want to get better results, Cindy, should I be asking in a certain way? Should I be praying to God direct? I get these specific questions. Basically, what I've been guided over the years is the key is ask. It makes no difference how you do it. And of course, if you feel better by meditating or, saying a statement out loud every day, that kind of things, if that makes you feel better, by all means, go ahead and do it. But once you ask, they've heard. And when it comes to healing, with Raphael, for me, I can be very specific too. around if I have something that I'm dealing with, whether it's emotional or physical or mental, like with all realms. If there's something specific that I need help with, then I will be specific. Like if I've stubbed my toe, could, Raphael take the pain away? I can get very specific around what I would like to happen with the physical body. So we can do that. We can also just say, I'd like to receive overall healing in my highest good. There's so many ways to ask and then receive. So let's talk about receiving, Sam, because we are going to talk about our angel empowerment program, but the healing program, but let's talk about receiving too, because that is the key. We can ask, but if we block receiving, they're unable to override also.
I mean, one of the things, just as you're talking there, is that is projection. It's that, if I say, if I have a headache, if I have a headache and I own that headache and it's hurting me and it's painful and it's affecting my vision and I end up owning it, my headache's going to get a damn sight worse. It's like, when you stub your toe, ow, 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 down my toe, the pain gets worse. But if you actually project that, I have no headache, the headache is gone. I am in perfect health. I can think freely. I can see clearly. I feel well. And I give myself that positive self-talk. Then it's amazing how it changes, how your symptoms disappear. You can either own your symptoms and the pain or the negatives, or you can disown it and own the positives instead. So I think one of the biggest things is to be in receipt of good health. I am in good health now. I am well. It makes a huge difference. And I know over many, many years, 34 years, I was counting it up the other day, 34 years of nursing, there would be those two patients. There would be one patient who has a diagnosis and the other one can have exactly the same diagnosis. The one owns it and they get worse. And the other one says, I am overcoming this. I am better. I am fighting this. I am going to be in perfectly good health. I am going to see my son or daughter get married. I'm going to do all of this. And they're really positive. The difference is phenomenal. And a lot of it is about that mindset and positive thinking. And that is something that I found that working with Archangel Raphael, it really has reinforced with me. I mean, Cindy, you and your language and your NLP, you correcting me all the time. I don't proclaim to be an expert, but the one thing I do know is that if I own my health and it's good health, then I'm going to walk a far better path than if I were to own my ailments and my illness.
Yes. And that's, we're going to, Sam and I in the one of our future shows, we're going to just talk around healing and the power of thought. So, because we are, that's part of what for both of us, we walk our talk with that. And I'm a big believer on how we talk to ourselves is a key in our own healing journey, because when it comes to Archangel Raphael, so let's just, remember for others who maybe haven't listened about when we talk about the archangels, I'm just going to do a recap. The archangels, they can be with anybody at any given moment in time. There's no physical form. They're pure vibration. They're pure light. They're messengers of Creator, and they have themes. It's like signing up to go to a specialist doctor, so like we've talked about Michael being the CEO of the archangels, And now we're talking about Raphael being the CEO of the healers, because you think of him, that's his role. That is his job. And so in all levels, when people are asking for healing, whether they realize it or not, it is Raphael, because he is the creator's master around healing. It is Raphael that steps into place. And do you have to say Archangel Raphael? No, you just have to ask for healing, and Raphael will be there. We use some of the archangels to assist also when it comes to healing. You know, Archangel Ariel, she's great with, because she's connected with Mother Earth, and she's great with animals. But the overall main archangel that steps into place, and I talk like, I guess the best way to think of it is, as soon as you ask, it's like having the extra help. It's like, boom, that extra help is right there. So for us personally, just as, you know, Sam said around the headaches, if there's something going on for me, of course, I'm going to have Raphael step up to the plate. But there's the key too around being able to send Raphael to people that, you know, we'll share about that also. Well, people always ask, you know, Cindy, I get asked often, you know, I'll get an email. Cindy, could you send extra healing to my mother? She's just went into the hospital for this. Yes, I can definitely. It isn't Cindy Smith that's sending healing. I'm just the conduit to send extra because somebody's asked me to do it. And I send Raphael to be with that person. Now, here is the key, everyone. For your relatives, for the people that you love, for sending out specific healing, the main goal is to have the person that is wanting healing to be open to receive. So I'm going to share a story without, I'm just going to say it's somebody close to me because this person may not be too happy if I share too much, you know, confidentiality and all. There's somebody that I love and is connected to me that wouldn't really understand all that I do with the angelic realm. Okay. And he had a major accident, and I walked into my, I'm doing this without giving too many details. I walked into the emergency room with another loved one, and I said to him, you may not really understand what I do, and you may not understand this this healing thing, but what I need you to do right now for me, because I love you, you love me, I need you to receive the healing and be open, even if it isn't something you understand. And he agreed. So everybody listen to that part right there. Because as soon as he said, even if he doesn't understand it, even if he thinks there isn't such thing as angels, but he agreed to open up to heal. So then that allowed me to do my thing. And I reached out to my AEP family, all the practitioners that are on our Facebook page, that we have a private page. And I put in there that this was happening. He was going in for surgery, and please send healing. So does everybody get this? This is the key. People that we love that may not really understand the fact that they're going to ask Creator or angels for healing. All we have to do is get them to open and receive. The rest is up to the divine to do it. Right, Sam? Like Absolutely. I could share, like, you know, we really don't have time to go all into what happened, but if I ever needed proof that this really works, because it happens all the time that I get proof.
Mhm.
What happened for this person that I truly care about was miraculous. And even the surgeon who phoned me after the surgery was done, who didn't have a very good outlook before he went in, phoned me when my loved one was out of surgery and said, it's a miracle. He literally used that language.
Mhm.
He said, I can't believe that the surgery took less than half of what we thought it would, da 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 da. And so once again, the main thing, the reason I'm sharing that story is that your person that you want to ask for the healing needs to be open to receive. Then the divine can do what needs to be done. Right, Sam?
Absolutely. I mean, it really is. It's human nature. As human beings, we doubt, we question, we want the evidence. And I mean, I know that we talk about that being ego, and I know in some spiritual circles, ego is seen as something that is bad, and we shouldn't allow it to intervene and to prevent healing. But I mean, we need it as human beings. We need our ego. You know, the whole fight or flight. You know, we need that instinct. At the end of the day, we're human beings, and we have those instincts. But for being to be able to trust in something that we maybe don't have the evidence for, I know it's a big ask, but I look at children and I look at animals who are not as developed as we are, and we don't have the same questionings and wonderings. They just trust that something is going to be right. I mean, how many times as a mother, when your child has a headache, what's the first thing that a mother does? Oh, dear darling, you know, and you get that comfort and you get that feeling. Or a stomach, you know, if you have a stomach ache yourself, you cuddle yourself, you hug yourself, you know, and we trust that these little things are actually going to make us feel better. This is no different. You know, I just trust that Archangel Raphael, he's got my back and he's going to look after me. And if I ask him, he's going to pull out the team, you know, to make sure that I'm in my best possible health. I trust. And I think that is it as well. It's a huge trust. And I get that it's a big thing. As I say, you know, we've talked about me being a skeptic in one of our, I think it was our first show. Yeah. You know, it's taken a bit for me to trust. And even now I'm still like, But time and time again, I see my work with Archangel Raphael. And like you say, Cindy, miracles, you know, there are many times when medical professionals will say, wow, that didn't go how I thought it was going to go. This is just a miracle. It's nothing short of a miracle. What I like to do is I like to actually ask Archangel Raphael, like I ask him to assist me as a practitioner, I ask him to assist my colleagues as practitioners as well. You know,
that's interesting right there also. Yes. So as Raphael said, the key is asking, and then the key is to be open to receive, because you know, lots of people that ask to have extra healing sent to a loved one, they will tell me, and they are open to receive, because if they're reaching out to me, they've heard me on some frame of knowing that the key is to receive. It's giving permission for the team to step in on all different levels, right? So our main is remember to ask. And the other thing that of course, Raphael's #1 healer, he's the CEO healer, but I can tell you that what I also use and ask Raphael for is that calming energy. Okay, so, and you know, Deb and I, in one of the calls, we talked about fear and the airplanes and different things like that. So one of the things that I've always done is when I get on the plane, because I've never enjoyed being traveling on the plane, but I do it so often that, you know, I have Michael and Raphael working with me. But one of the things that I do is I ask for Raphael to fill the plane full of his calming, healing energy. And I actually visually, it's like I see this, I ask to see this green mist throughout the plane. And the reason that I do that is for the other people that are anxious flying, it stops me from picking up too much of that. And one of the things, and I've done this so many times, Sam, you get a kick out of that I do this. But when a baby's, you know, when you take off of your landing and they're, you know, their ears are being bothered or whatever, and they start to cry, I ask Raphael to help, it quits. Not yet. The baby stops crying. I've done it so many times. And then I just have a smile to myself thinking, yep, that worked.
I love it. I love it. Yeah.
I always say, we really, you know, I always say to the team, there's no need to show me any proof, but we get proof over and over and over because we are asking.
Yeah.
That is that's the key and the difference. We ask a lot.
Yeah. And that's the other thing, you know, don't feel that you can ask too much.
Yes.
The ability of our angels is phenomenal. Yes. So, you know, never sort of think, oh, I've asked a couple of times this week already. I think I'm pushing my luck if I ask again. You know, no, there's no limit. It is limitless, you know. So that was the other thing I had to overcome. And choosing what I ask for. Right? It doesn't matter whether it's something big or it's something little. It doesn't matter. Just ask, you know? So.
Okay. So we're going to go on a short break. And so when we return, we will be answering any questions, pull an angel oracle card. I've even got Raphael's deck. If you would like, please call the number on the screen, 1-800-930-2819. And Lydia, one of our producers, will connect you directly with us, or please type into any chat on all media platforms your name and location, and Sam and I will continue to share more info, and we will be right back. We are back and excited to share messages with you from Archangel Raphael and your angel team. As I said before, please call 1-800-930-2819, the number on the screen, and Lydia will connect you directly with us. Or please type into the chat on your media platforms. And so, Robert, we know that you've typed in the chat for us. We are going to, I'm going to pull from the Archangel Raphael actual deck and just ask Robert what Raphael would like to share with you. And then Sam will also add. Okay. So let's just see. We're just asking Raphael what message. Oh, interesting card that came up. It is, we have the yes card, Robert. Now, I love when yes cards come up in decks, but I'm going to ask what the direct message that Raphael has given you, Robert, is allow yourself to rely on Raphael more. I'm getting that. I'm really getting that Raphael more, he wants to be present more in your day-to-day is what, and the yes card is you are on track. I'm really getting that he's coming through to say to you, Robert, you are on track, but would really like to be in your vibration more. So ask, that's the key. Sam, are you getting anything?
So I actually pulled a card as well at the same time, and I got to use your natural healing abilities. But what I'm getting from this, I don't know if Robert is a healer himself or whether he's used to working with Archangel Raphael. But what I'm definitely getting here is that ownership of your health. And again, that comes in with that yes. Relying and asking on Raphael more so, you have that belief, you have that belief system, and it's almost like an affirmation, yes, you have it, use it.
Beautiful.
It's pretty strong.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Thank you, Robert, from connecting with us live. And Lydia, would you like to connect Sarah?
Yes, I will connect Sarah from Saskatoon right now. Sarah, you are on the call with Cindy and Sam. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello, Sarah. Thank you for joining us live.
Hello there. My name is Susan.
Oh, it's Susan. Okay. Hi, Susan.
Yeah. Hi.
Where are you, Susan?
Oh, I am in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, which is in Canada.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I was just there at the Saskatoon exhibition last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a booth and doing readings and the whole bit. So anyways, Sarah, would you like us to pull a card for you, or would you like to ask us a question? Or not Sarah. Sorry, I got the wrong.
You know what? I'm not sure which way I want to go with this. You know what? I'll ask a question.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, my son passed away last year, and I, through a medium, he said that he would like me to tell his story. And so my intention is to write a book to tell his story. And yeah, I'm just kind of struggling with a title for the book, and just a little bit of guidance if there's anything that comes up. Like, I don't want to, like, it was an accidental drug overdose. I don't want to make it too negative, but I want to help other parents out there who have children with the same problem.
Okay.
And also, I don't want to get in any conflict with getting too personal with, people in the family and those types of things. So I'm just kind of wondering what the vibes are, if this is what I'm called to do. I'm definitely getting called to do a lot of things. So my question is just, am I on the right track with wanting to do this? Because I actually signed up for a course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I pulled a card for you with that specific intent, and we got the motivation and action. Okay. So to me, that means, keep going forward, and use the motivation that you're already tapped into, because you want to assist other people. Okay. Use that motivation, because that will get your message out there. But you're definitely on track with the book. I'm gonna call in Archangel Gabriel is the archangel that I use for all communication. So when I'm writing my book or creating the card decks or any of that, it's Archangel Gabriel that you call in for assistance. So I'm just going to ask quickly Gabriel's comment, even around a theme for the title. So I'll do that, and Sam, see what you've got.
So my internet actually glitched there for a moment.
So she's been guided to her son passed as an OD, and sorry that you had to go through that. That is nothing, we're sending out.
Yeah, thank you.
That.
Yeah, thank you.
And so she's been guided to write a book around the story. So just let me tap into Gabriel for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So it's interesting because I work with language, and anyways, the title, the word hope in the title, it's like offering
Okay.
hope. They're guiding you to put the theme of hope in the title.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
because what they're saying is, if you think of other parents out there that have children that are struggling with with addiction, or any of that,
Mhm.
it's hope.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if you could put hope in there, that would be, you're on track.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sam, you
Sure.
got,
Yeah.
So I don't know if you can see.
no, you have to say out loud because most people are hearing us.
Okay, so it never fails to amaze me how accurate the angels are. But the card that I pulled for you is sobriety. Now, this isn't
Your microphone's out for me.
okay. The card that I pulled for you is the sobriety card.
So
Do you hear
again, focused on the addiction.
Yeah. So it really is, to me, I'm getting this as an absolute confirmation that there are not only other parents out there, but there are individuals that need to hear what you have to say. So this is a confirmation card. And as I say, it never fails to amaze me, but I came into this conversation, the sobriety card has just jumped out. So certainly, you're on the right track, and your work is important. Because this is a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's interesting too, the fact that, you having to go through such a tragic experience, that the angels are really guiding you to put the hope back for people, using your experience and giving people hope, even though you had to go through the tragic outcome, right?
Yeah, for sure. Because I would like to get the story across of his struggle, and just I think I can help other people to avoid what happened to him. I mean, that's ultimately what we all want, is to stop this crisis that's going on everywhere.
Yes.
So with the opioid addiction, I think that's very a good guidance to put the word hope in there, because it's kind of hard, knowing what to title it, because it's kind of like, I don't want to start it off with a morbid title, and it's like, he had an accident with it, but that he was actually doing really good. So, but I'm just thinking back to how he or we could have done things differently, because I was helping him. We were very close going through this, So, thank you very much for that. And I really do like working with the archangels. I haven't dived into it too much, but since my son passed, this is what happens: is you go through a crisis, and then you start researching more why. You just, it opens up this whole new world. I've always been spiritual, but I just have completely dived into this whole new world, because as soon as he passed away, even I found him, and even when it was deemed that he had actually passed on, I just turned into this whole different person. Like, the spirituality just overcame me, and he was there with me, and yeah, it was just very different than if I ever would have thought how I would react in a case like that, which no one wants to think that. But yeah, I've just had so many signs, and I'm just so into the angels, the archangels, and having mediums. And I just finished that. There was a conference this weekend helping people, or
we've got
helping
a
parents
few
feel.
other callers, so sorry to cut you
Yeah,
short.
yeah.
But we've got a few other, but
Yeah.
we really
Yeah, it'd be nice to talk another time. Okay, well, thank you so much. And yeah, okay.
Sending Archangel Gabriel to help, okay? And
Thank
Raphael
you.
for your healing
Okay.
journey. All right, bye for
Great.
now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
We have Donna from Edmonton. So we're going to pull a card, Donna. I'm going to use the Raphael deck. Actually, you go ahead first, Sam. You do Donna. Then we have Jean that we're going to send some healing for.
Who is our number 4?
It's Jean. So.
Oh, a beautiful card. The card that I pulled for you is Sunlight.
And this is for Donna. Donna, you're listening. This is for you. Okay.
So Donna, this is Sunlight, dear Archangel Raphael. Please help me enjoy the benefits of sunshine in safe and healthy ways. What a good message for all at the moment with this heat and this sunshine that we're experiencing. But what I'm getting from this card as well is joy. Is the joy, and enjoy that warmth, that sunshine, this summer that we're enjoying. Getting out in nature. Yeah, just drink it all up, soak it all up.
And Donna, I pulled the Sunlight card also. So, okay, so for us doing what we do, and for using the same deck, and the card comes out, so that there's never any coincidence. So everybody listening, when this happens, something like that, even if you're using a deck for yourself and something comes up twice, that means that Raphael really wants you to pay attention to sunshine. So we also know that sunshine is vitamin D. We also know that sunshine is around lifting our spirit, all of that. So there's a little, I get, just exactly what Sam was saying, but also Raphael, it's the vitamin D. It's almost like if you do experience some lows when you get into the cold weather, we still can get the sunshine. Because you are in Edmonton, so I know that you do get the bright blue skies, but it's something around keeping your vibration up, and how important vitamin D is for you also. So thank you, Donna. And we can't make this stuff up that both cards come up. So Jean from Strathmore asking for healing for her right hand. So this is what we do. Sam and I are asking, and anybody else listening to this call, we're asking Raphael to send extra healing for her right hand. So we are going to take just 4 gentle breaths. So Jean, if you're listening, you are saying, I am open to receive healing. Encourage the healing with ease. Stop any pain, allowing for the full function of your hand. So take 4 breaths and receive. So here we go. Sam and everybody else listening, we're just going to do 4 breaths and send. Deep breath in and send. Another breath in. And sending extra Raphael and divine healing. Another breath in. Sending. And as you do another breath in, Jean, just imagine green, beautiful healing surrounding your hand, within the cellular structure of your hand. And so it is. And Sam, you pulled a quick card for Jean because we have one more person that we want to quickly, and the card is
Prayer works.
Prayer works. And Jean, thank you because you asked. Okay.
Mhm.
And you're getting so much extra because we're able to send extra because you asked. So thank you for asking. So now we have Andre Calgary in the chat. Sorry if I said your name out loud wrong. So we're pulling Raphael card. Sam and I are both doing it for you.
Mhm.
So you got the call upon Archangel Raphael for help card. So he's really sending that message out to everybody listening. Ask. And so the extra that I get from Raphael, trust, ask, and receive. There's something around trusting. And it even if it isn't to do with healing, it's around trusting that things are going to work out. I just really hear a strong trust, and remember to ask, and that things will work out. Sam, anything extra that you get?
So I pulled out the laughter is the best medicine card, which is one of my mantras, right? But I'm really drawn to the words on this, and this is reminding you to detach and find the humor and irony within every human drama. So I'm getting the feeling that there may be something at the moment that is pulling you away from your natural being and well-being. And Raphael is asking you and advising you to find the laughter, to find the lighter side, not to be pulled into that drama or whatever it is. You know, I don't know, but you know exactly what he's meaning here. So again, it's that trust for sure that you can turn away and find the laughter in a situation, find the goodness in a situation, the positives, and that you're doing the right thing.
Awesome. And thank you for putting your name in the chat. Yeah, it's the trusting. It's trusting. Okay, I really get a strong trust. And so, Jean, if you are still listening, you were the fourth person. So you have won an hour session, an angel card reading or a healing session. So reach out. The best way to do that is to email Cindy at cindysmithaep.com. And I will get you set. And then next time Sam and I are together, she'll give away the hour session for the 4th on maybe next week or next Monday. How's that sound, Sam?
Yep, I can do that for sure, because next Monday, I think all 4 of us are getting together and having a bit of a jam.
Yes, let's talk about that, Sam.
Yes.
Well, actually, first, because I can't believe an hour is almost come
my
up,
word, yes.
Okay, so I just said how everybody can get a hold of me direct is Cindy at cindysmithaep.com. That's my email. Sam, how do people get a hold of you?
So on social media, I am at Sam Bell Inspired. And you can see my website, which is sambellinspired.com, or you can email me at sam@sambellinspired.com.
And again, you can find all of us on the Transformational Talk Radio live. All our info is there. And, you know, we are there to assist on your healing journey, because we never even got into talking about the Angel Empowerment Healing Program, which we will have a show coming up just on that, because there's so much info with that. But our main thing is that this is what we do, and this is what we love to do, is share about angel empowerment, because it really is all about empowerment and healing. But again, the main thing is to ask. So next week on Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard, all 4 hosts will be together on the show. And we are going to do live readings for anybody who calls in, who does the chat. You're going to have all 4 of us, and it's going to be so much fun, a whole hour. And of course, we will be gifting. Okay, so please reach out to contact us. Sam, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, if you're worried that you may not get through, or maybe not be able to, you get caught up in the show and you don't actually make a comment in the chat, you can do it in advance. This is something we're doing for this show only. But email us. Email sam@sambellinspired.com, cindy@cindysmithaep.com. Give us your questions, and we'll make sure that we give you the airtime. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yes, it will be fun. So please join us next Monday live. You never know what's going to happen on the Angel Empowerment Show. And now you have all 4 of us together, as we call it, tapped in and receiving messages for you. So once again, reach out to us if you want to make sure something is answered, if you have a particular question. And so Cindy at cindysmithaep.com, and Sam's already given the information. So thank you everybody once again for joining us.
Oof, another hour gone.
Your key message for this: please ask, please receive, let Raphael and the team do what they do well. Because trust me, the things that I have seen, the things that I have heard, the things that I know and have been witness to, along with Sam as a nurse, it is amazing what can happen when we ask.
Thank you for listening to the Angel Empowerment Show, from I Can't to I Can, with your host, Cindy Smith, and co-host. Learn to empower you with angelic guidance every Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. It's easy to tap into your divine self and trust in your angelic guidance. Let Cindy and co-hosts give you a loving push to explore your potential. For more information, go to cindysmithaep.com. That's cindysmithaep.com.